Caroline, could you maybe just discuss a bit about the GAIN Investment Challenge for any students who are watching this?
Yeah, of course. So in terms of how our program is structured at GAIN, we have different types of program depending on your kind of age group and where you are in your academic career. So the investment challenge is really the one that is targeted towards younger students, so students in years 10 to 13. And it's really meant to be that early kind of glimpse into what it's like to analyze a company or a stock, so a publicly listed company, how you go through the research process. So what are the things that you should be analyzing when you're looking at a company? How does a company actually make money? Which sounds straightforward for maybe a bakery, but when you get into more complicated businesses, that simple question actually becomes quite difficult. Then we take you through things like more of the financial part. So how do you forecast? We call it investment fundamentals, but it's really the company's revenue, earnings, cash flow, et cetera, et cetera. And then we talk a little bit about what are the other factors in addition to financial factors that are really important. So things like ESG, sustainability, et cetera, et cetera. And then we wrap that all together by you putting together a stock pitch, so presentation that you record, that is then judged, and you compete as a team, and you can win money for your school, which is a great way to kind of learn together, get a little bit of an early insight into what the kind of everyday of an investor looks like, while also doing it with a team and your schoolmates. So that's that.
Yeah, wonderful. And I think if anyone else is, if they're interested in joining, definitely have a look at the website, and more details will be on there. Just to finish off, could you maybe give any sort of final pieces of advice for any young women out there who are considering that they might want to start applying for these opportunities and get into investing?
Yeah, sure. I mean, in terms of kind of promoting GAIN for a second, our key role in the ecosystem is really to educate and inspire, in particular, young women. But since most of our content is freely available online, then we also have a lot of others watching our resources, and we of course very much welcome that. I would say a good kind of entry into investment management and to learn a bit more about not only what we spoke about today at a very high level, but start learning a bit more of the different types of investments out there, the different types of firms, what you do on a day-to-day basis. We have a range of online events on this topic, so if you go to gainuk.org, you'll be able to sign up online for many of the live and also on-demand sessions that we have. So I would say that's a good first step to get a little bit more educated and also hopefully inspired by some of the real life stories of investors out there in the industry. And then I would say, depending on where you are in terms of your academic career, we obviously spoke a little bit about the investment challenge, which caters to the youngest cohort of girls. But if you're a little further progressed and you're starting to think about, maybe a spring week, or you're thinking about your first internship, then we have two different programs for that also. So we have something called the Insight program, which is akin to a spring week internship. So that's really targeted towards first year students. We provide training and a program online leading up to the actual Insight days, where you'll spend a few days at one of our select partner firms. It's also a great way to meet other like-minded women who are interested in the same thing. We have about 100 women attending, so that's very exciting if that's where you're at. And if you're a little bit further progressed, then we have an internship program. So that's if you're a second year or a penultimate year student. And we do this internship program in collaboration with many different partnership firms. So as I said, once again, there's such a variety of different investment firms, and those are all represented in the investor internship cohort. So if you're looking for a bit of a longer experience, the internship tends to be 6 weeks over the summer. And that's really, an excellent way to find out not only if investing, but also if a specific firm is right for you. So that's a little bit about what we offer at Gain. Throughout our programs, you also get a mentor from the industry, which is super helpful, just to have someone that you can a bit more informally kind of bounce ideas, questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question with people. But if we take a step back from Gain, the things that I would suggest that you read up on and do is just read as much about the industry as possible online. We have a resources page at Gain with various books, online publications, news resources, etc., etc. So the more you can do to kind of familiarize yourself with the industry and the various flavors of it, the better. And then I would say network. So it's such a people-driven industry, and it goes a very long way if you show people in the industry that this is something that you're truly passionate about, you're really keen to get into it, and you go the extra mile to try to make those connections. And I would say people in the industry are actually very happy to connect broadly. So I often give the advice, it's actually quite easy in 2023 to just message someone on LinkedIn, and you'd be surprised if you just wrote a humble message like, I'm a student, I'm really interested in venture capital, you seem like a brilliant investor, I'd love to have a quick kind of 15-minute either Zoom or coffee chat with you. Is that something you'd be up to? That is truly invaluable in terms of kind of securing those first real life connections in the actual industry. But I could go on talking about this forever. There's so much you can do, but hopefully that gives you a little bit of a flavor.
Well, I think that's a perfect way to close the session. I think a lot of good practical nuggets of wisdom as well that I'm sure students can take forward, not only in 6-1, but also I think you gave some good tips for university and the opportunities available regarding internships and things. So thank you so much for your time, Caroline, and a lot of food for thought there. So it's a very dynamic industry, a lot going on, and I think we definitely did bust some and debunk some myths that were there. So thank you so much for your time. And anyone that's interested, please do go and apply for the investment challenge. And there are so many other resources out there on the website for Gain. So thanks again, Caroline. And hopefully we can have another session soon.
Thank you so much, Manisha. It was brilliant to speak with you. Love the conversation. Thank you so much.